Welcome to this explainer. Okay, if you've ever stood under a pull-up bar just staring at it with a mix of hope and, let's be honest, sheer dread, well, you are exactly where you need to be. Today, we're unpacking a really specific roadmap from our source material, and it's designed to take you from absolute zero, zilch, to 10 clean pull-ups in just 30 days. No fluff, just a clear, actionable blueprint. Let's get right into it.
So, here's our game plan for today. We'll start by diagnosing why you're stuck at zero. Then we'll hit milestone 0, which is the weight check, move into the negative protocol for milestone 1, and build up some speed with singles in milestone 2. After that, we'll cover how to fuel that pull-up engine of yours. And finally, we'll wrap up with mental agency and the actual 30-day plan.
All right, let's kick things off with section 1, why you're stuck at 0, and the great pull-up lie.
I want you to take a second and really think about that frustrating ceiling you might be hitting right now. You know, you want to do 10 pull-ups, but right now you literally can't even manage one. You've probably tried it all, right? Jumping up at the bar, flailing your legs around, or just trying to sheer will your body into pulling off a single rep. But your chin just absolutely refuses to budge. The source material asks a really fascinating question here. Why doesn't just trying harder actually work?
Well, there's a stark contrast between how most people train and how you actually need to train. You see, the standard approach treats the pull-up like a straightforward, linear problem, meaning people think you should just do more reps to get better. But the blueprint reveals that trying to do more reps to get your very first pull-up, that is flawed logic. The reason you can't do your first rep is entirely different from the reason someone else might be stuck at, say, 8 reps. Your body is hitting a unique ceiling, and it involves your nervous system, your grip, and your internal fuel system. It's like a complex puzzle, not just a test of raw strength.
And that brings us right to milestone 0, the weight check, and looking at your power-to-weight ratio.
Listen, if you genuinely cannot do a single pull-up, the absolute first thing to check isn't actually your back muscles. It's your weight on the scale. A pull-up is an uncompromising head-to-head battle between your body and gravity. Think of it like this. Every single extra kilogram of fat you carry acts as a direct tax on your reps. So if you're carrying significantly more weight than your physical frame is meant to handle, losing that excess weight is actually way more urgent than any specialized training program you could try. You're just trying to move too much load.
But, okay, what if your weight is perfectly fine and you are still stuck at 0? Well, the source material points out something wild. Your problem isn't a lack of sheer muscular strength. It's actually a nervous system problem. It's a coordination issue. Basically, your brain just hasn't learned how to fire the right muscles in the precise sequence required to actually pull you up. It's essentially a neurological miscommunication.
So how do we fix that? That leads us to milestone 1, the negative protocol, where we are going to hack your motor recruitment.
To unlock that elusive first rep, the blueprint prescribes what are called negatives. And the science behind this is pretty incredible. Your muscles are actually naturally stronger while lowering a weight, which is called the eccentric phase, than they are while pulling or lifting it. By focusing solely on this lowering phase, you give your body the exact crucial signal it needs to build the missing link. You aren't trying to pack on massive muscle just yet. Instead, you're literally teaching your nervous system how to find a cleaner, more efficient path. And this, right here, is why this specific protocol lets people go from 0 to their first real pull-up in a matter of days, not months.
So here is the exact physical drill you need to do. Step 1, you don't even try to pull up. Nope. You just jump or step up onto a box so that you start with your chin already over the bar. Step 2, you lower yourself down as slowly and with as much control as you possibly can. Make it burn. Then, step 3, you absolutely must finish in a full, complete dead hang at the bottom. The protocol calls for 15 to 20 of these negatives every single day.
And while you're grinding out those negatives, there's a magic number you've got to keep in mind: 90 seconds. Because while you train your nervous system, you absolutely must train your grip. If your hands are constantly sliding off the bar, your grip quickly becomes a super frustrating bottleneck. The goal you're aiming for is a solid 90-second dead hang. Once you hit that 90-second mark, your grip officially stops holding you back. Game changer.
Moving right along to milestone 2, singles, speed, and intent over volume.
Now, surprisingly, the source warns that once you finally get that first magical rep, chasing high rep counts will actually make you fail. Seriously. Instead, you're going to start with singles. The protocol is this: 1 clean pull-up every minute on the minute for 20 minutes.
This structure guarantees that you're getting 20 extremely high-quality repetitions, but with full recovery in between. Every single rep must be executed with speed and explosive intent. Research backs this up too. Explosive training builds significantly better fatigue resistance in your muscles than slow grinding reps ever will.
And to make absolutely sure those singles are doing their job, you have to follow a really strict form checklist. First, you must always start from a complete dead hang. Next, rotate your wrists slightly over the bar. Then, when you initiate the movement, contract your shoulder blades first and physically drive your elbows straight down toward the floor. Keep your thighs parallel and pull your chest all the way to the bar. The blueprint is super clear here. If you resort to doing what they call half push-ups where your hips are sagging or your chin barely clears the metal, your body is just going to adapt to being weak. Strict form is the whole shebang here.
All right, let's look at Section 5, Fueling Your Pull-Up Engine, and the Male Power Diet.
Look, if your diet is a disaster of junk food and sugar, you are simply going to lack the hormonal foundation to support muscle growth. Training is only half the battle. The source suggests skipping those highly processed protein shakes and going for specific whole foods instead. For instance, whole eggs, yes, including the yolk, provide the vitamin D you need for testosterone production. Then you've got pomegranate juice, which has actually been shown to increase testosterone by a massive 24%, while simultaneously lowering cortisol, the stress hormone. Onions, they increase luteinizing hormone to signal your body to produce more testosterone. Sardines and mackerel are fantastic for boosting free testosterone, way better than farm-raised salmon. And finally, kalonji or black seed improves blood circulation, which delivers all these amazing nutrients straight to your back muscles.
And finally, we reach our last section, mental agency and designing your 30-day plan.
So, to stay completely consistent with this entire blueprint, you're going to need mental agency. What's that? Well, it's the deeply ingrained belief that you are capable of doing hard things. Interestingly enough, the source suggests we train this mental agency by doing the plank. Yeah, the plank. It's special because while you're holding it, fighting through that shaking and discomfort, your brain dumps a chemical called BDNF. That stands for brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Think of BDNF as a potent fertilizer for your brain. It literally helps you handle physical stress better, and it helps your brain learn and hardwire these new physical movements so much faster.
Okay, let's bring it all together. Here is how the source maps out your exact 30-day timeline. Week 1, you are doing 15 to 20 of those slow negatives daily, plus 3 sets of your maximum duration dead hangs. Moving into week 2, you keep up the negatives, but you add in environment design, meaning you ruthlessly purge all the junk food from your house. No temptations. In week 3, assuming you've hit that glorious first rep, you transition to singles, 1 explosive rep every minute for 20 minutes, and you add in 3 sets of planks to build up that BDNF we just talked about. Finally, in week 4, you focus heavily on tracking your consistency. You're going to mark a giant X on your calendar for every single day you execute the plan. It's all about that visual momentum.
I really want to highlight this powerful quote directly from our source material today. It says, "Building strength isn't about perfection, it's about consistency. Build the system." Listen, success in this 30-day window isn't going to come from having one flawless, perfect workout. It comes from just showing up to the bar every single day, especially on those days when you really don't know if you'll even be able to make it up. You just have to build the system.
Which leaves us with one final thought to close out this explainer. You now have the exact blueprint. You know how to hack your nervous system, you know how to eat for real power, and you know how to train your mind. So the only question left for you is this: are you ready to stop guessing, change your environment, and finally conquer gravity at the bar? Those 30 days start exactly when you decide they do. Thanks so much for joining me to break this down, and hey, happy training!